Is Ryan Garcia going crazy? A lot of people think that he's a lunatic, that, he's not even promoting the fight anymore. He's just straight out crazy. He needs help. To be honest with you guys, I don't know. I could understand the fact that, Ryan Garcia may very well know what he's doing, because at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is in his 20s. He's like me. I'm also in my 20s. So I get the aspect of social media where guys like to troll. They like to mess with other people to get attention. And I think there's part of me that does believe that Ryan Garcia knows what he's doing in promoting the fight. And then a lot of people are just saying he's a lunatic. But I also think there's that element of Ryan Garcia is trying to make a bag off this fight. You guys have to remember that no matter what, at the end of the day, we've seen fighters go to crazy lengths, to crazy extremes to promote fights. They push each other at press conferences. They talk a lot of smack on the podium when they're in press conferences. When they do face-offs, they get in each other's faces and they shove each other. Even Ryan Garcia's next opponent, Devin Haney, has done that to his opponent on weigh-in day, Vasily Lomachenko. A lot of it is mind games, but I feel like Ryan Garcia is almost taking it to a new level at this point. Everything that he's talking about, I think it's impossible to be focusing specifically on this fight, as you're supposed to be, with everything he's saying, with everything he's posting. And I just think, against the guy like Devin Haney, who, in my opinion, is the best 140 pounder right now. And at 135, he's earned his stripes. He was undisputed, and that speaks for itself. And I think Ryan Garcia has to be on his P's and Q's for this fight. And who knows, behind the scenes, maybe there are people telling Ryan Garcia to do this stuff to make the fight interesting. They're giving him ideas, giving him inspiration on what to say on social media, so that maybe more people watch. It reaches a more niche audience, a younger audience. Because I know for a fact, on my TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and everywhere on Instagram, I'm seeing Ryan Garcia and people talking about Ryan Garcia and everything he's saying on social media. So that tells me, and these people, a lot of them aren't even boxing fans, so this tells me he could very well be selling the fight. And it's just confusing, because there's a lot of us that believe that that's the case, that he's promoting the fight. And then there's, some people that are saying, he's just lost his mind, he's mentally ill, so he should be pulling out of the fight. And I would agree, if it's truly the case where Ryan Garcia has to pull out of the fight because this is affecting his mental health, and it's a issue that has nothing to do with him trying to promote the fight, and it's actually a serious issue, then I've been saying pull out of the fight. But don't lead people in boxing on any longer and make it seem like you want the fight to happen. If things aren't true, if you're actually fine mentally and you're just trolling, you have to make sure that this fight does go down, because we're hearing stuff now about he might have to take a mental health test to see if he's suitable to fight mentally. And I think, and this is specifically to fight in New York, and I think if a lot of boxers took this, a lot of fights wouldn't be happening. Because let's be honest, boxers are amazing and all, but I think some definitely have some screws loose. So and sometimes that makes them who they are as fighters. And I just think Ryan Garcia, right now, a lot of people are talking about the fact that the fight can't happen. He has to pull out of the fight. But ultimately, there are fans waiting for this fight. People have spent money, invested into this fight, and people have planned flights to New York. People have bought tickets for them and their families, for them and their significant others, to go see Ryan Garcia show up. A lot of them come for Ryan Garcia, and there's even talk of Shakur Stevenson potentially replacing Ryan Garcia. Even though that's a great fight, I just don't see how it works, because people are paying their hard-earned money to go see Ryan Garcia, and if he doesn't show up on fight night, there are a lot of people that aren't going to be fans of him. So either way, I think the way he's promoting this fight, no matter what, if he has to pull out, he should do that as soon as possible, to avoid all the uproar, to avoid all the criticism, because we know how boxing fans are going to react to him pulling out of the fight, even if he actually does have to. So if he's going to do it, he's got to pull the plug real quick, rip the band-aid off as soon as possible, because if not, if it gets closer to the fight and it's already late March right now, and he goes less than a month away, and then ends up pulling out of the fight, he's gonna hear hear it from, you know, the boxing world, and that's just the way it is. So that's why I'm thinking, you know, even if, you know, a doctor says he's not mentally fit, boxing fans aren't going to let him get away with that. It's almost sad. It's almost sad that it goes to that extreme. But realistically, we know how boxing fans are. They love you one day, they hate you the next. So even Ryan Garcia supporters, I don't know how they're going to react to Ryan, you know, not fighting on April 20th. So that's why I think if he's going to have to do it, he's got to do it now. And even at this point, people are going to be upset if he pulls out of this fight. So it's really up to Ryan Garcia. I think if it's true that he's not trolling, which I'm kind of on the fence. I can't tell if it's 50-50 for me, because part of me thinks, you know, he's kind of smart about it, because people all over social media are talking about him. People that don't even care about the sport of boxing, they just know Ryan Garcia because he's a popular kid, and because he's popular, people are gonna, you know, even though they don't watch boxing, they're gonna say, this guy's gonna fight. He sounds crazy right now, but I'm gonna watch this fight and see if he can actually perform despite everything that he's going through, everything that he's saying on social media. Let's watch this fight. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight does more than tank, to be honest, because at this rate, a lot of people, a lot of new fans are coming to this fight saying, man, I kind of want to see what happens when Ryan steps in that ring. So, you know, Ryan Garcia, a lot of people are watching you, man. So you got to be very strategic in what you do. If you plan on pulling out of the fight and you feel like you need to, you have to do it as soon as possible. Otherwise, you know, you're going to hear it, and it's going to be really ugly if you do it, you know, any later. The longer you wait to pull out of the fight, the more hate you're going to get. The more, you know, I know he's been open about mental health issues in the past. I just know that, you know, the backlash that he would get from pulling out of the fight may be, you know, even darker. So that's kind of my take on it. I hope all is well with Ryan Garcia. I wish him the best. It's just, I know how this boxing game works. I know how fans react. I know how fighters react. Everyone's going to call him a duck. Everyone's going to say he pulled out because he was scared of Devin and he was looking for a way out. And, you know, a lot of people still think that right now. They're saying that Ryan Garcia is trying to act crazy. He's saying things like, despite everything going on, the fight's still on. So in my mind, I'm like, you shouldn't really say that, because like otherwise people are going to start to say, oh, you know, this is an excuse. This is a reason, you know, he's going to look for a way out. That's what a lot of people are going to think. You know, I know how boxing fans think. I'm a boxing fan myself, but I always give the fighter the benefit of the doubt. You know, in Ryan Garcia's case, I'm going to assume that, you know, part of him is promoting the fight and he is still dealing with stuff outside of the ring. So I think two things can be true. It's really up to him at the end of the day. Ryan Garcia is he's his own man, so he can, it's up to him to make that decision whether or not he's fit to fight. And I just hope, you know, they're talking about the test where he may have to take a mental test to see if he's mentally fit to fight, but like, I mean, like, what could they really draw from that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you interview Mike Tyson, I'm not sure he's passing that test, like, respectfully, and that's one of the best heavyweights of all time. So let me know in the comments what you guys, you know, really think about Ryan Garcia. Is he promoting the fight, or is he just kind of like going through a lot and he should actually just pull out, and this is a serious issue that's bigger than boxing? But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.